This is one of the most outrageous things I have heard in a long, long time.
In a case that has been filled.
And looks at Wendy and says, you know, you had a great career. Your career is over. It is never coming back. You're done.
I mean, I take accountability for my actions, you know, for what's obvious out there. Obviously, things got even more tangled behind the scenes. While Wendy was struggling with serious health issues, being shuffled between medical facilities, and losing control over her own finances, Kevin and Sharina were reportedly focused on securing their own future using her resources. Sharina Hudson, the woman Kevin kept hidden for more than a decade while publicly managing Wendy's career, reportedly gave birth to his daughter in 2019. Sources say their affair had been ongoing for over 15 years, overlapping with some of Wendy's most vulnerable moments, including hospitalizations and rehab stays. This was far from a casual fling. Kevin allegedly bought properties for Sharina, funded her lifestyle, and even helped launch her vegan chef brand, using Wendy's money. Then everything fell apart. After Wendy's talk show ended and she was placed under guardianship, the monthly alimony stopped. Kevin claimed in court he could no longer cover basic bills, including HOA fees, car insurance, and credit card minimums. UBS Bank reportedly sued him in mid-2024 for over $20,000 in unpaid debt. Around the same time, public records showed he was selling luxury cars and listing the Florida home he once shared with Sharina for more than $1.2 million. Neighbors noted the property had fallen into disrepair, a clear sign the money had dried up. Sharina didn't simply disappear. Insiders report she deactivated her social media accounts and relocated, possibly moving in with family to regroup after the fallout. By 2025, she re-emerged with a new focus: real estate, wellness products, and small business consulting. One source summed it up bluntly: she went from Gucci to gut cleanses.
So the banks froze everything up. He was not in a position to pay $10,000.
Public reaction on social media has been harsh. Many labeled the collapse of Kevin and Sharina's lavish lifestyle as karma finally catching up. Fans had long suspected the affair, but it wasn't until the Lifetime documentary aired in early 2024 that the full scale of the betrayal became undeniable. Viewers witnessed Wendy grappling with confusion, speech difficulties, and limited mobility. Meanwhile, those closest to her were allegedly negotiating brand deals, managing film crews, and monetizing access behind the scenes. Sharina's name rarely appeared publicly, yet her absence during Kevin's legal battles did not go unnoticed. Even as Kevin attempted to position himself as Wendy's protector, filing a federal lawsuit claiming he was exposing financial abuse within her guardianship, most observers remained skeptical. Legal analysts pointed out that he had no authority to sue on Wendy's behalf, especially after their divorce and with no formal legal role in her affairs. Despite this, his filing dominated headlines, dragging court-appointed officials, medical personnel, and banking institutions into a storm of public scrutiny. In a surprising twist, some of the accusations began to align with insider reports from Wendy's family and close friends, lending the story even more weight and credibility in the eyes of viewers.
I mean, I take accountability for my actions, for what's obvious.
Court documents and insider interviews suggest that Wendy's guardianship has been controversial from the very start. The saga began in 2022, after Wells Fargo froze her accounts, citing unusual withdrawals and concerns about potential financial exploitation. What was intended as a protective measure quickly escalated into a tangled web of conflict, legal battles, and family tension. By 2024, Wendy's niece, sister, and son were openly voicing frustration over being excluded from decision-making, highlighting just how contentious the arrangement had become. Her appointed guardian, attorney Sabrina Moy, allegedly restricted family visits and sold Wendy's Manhattan apartment, actions that drew sharp criticism and fueled speculation about mismanagement. Meanwhile, Wendy reportedly pleaded to leave the assisted living facility, describing it as a dump and accusing staff of over-medicating her, a claim that added yet another layer of concern over her well-being. At the same time, Kevin was filing lawsuits against the very system that had cut him off from the funds he had relied on for years. The irony was stark. The safeguards meant to protect Wendy inadvertently revealed how many individuals had a vested financial interest in controlling her. Kevin's legal maneuvers, whether motivated by genuine concern or strategic calculation, shed light on who benefited financially, who had been blocked from access, and who might be next in line to gain from her assets. Although Sharina's name has largely been absent from court filings, insiders claim she remains involved behind the scenes, particularly regarding the few remaining assets still tied to Kevin. This subtle yet persistent presence has fueled speculation about the lengths to which she and Kevin were willing to go to secure financial leverage, even amid the chaos surrounding Wendy's guardianship.
The judge in the guardianship read Alex Finney the Riot Act, threatened her, and said, "You're talking," making an accusation that she's talking to the media, and if you continue doing it, I'm going to do this to you, I'm going to do that to you. There is a gag order in this case. I can tell you that the judge has scared a lot of people.
If Kevin and Sharina's collapse seems like the final chapter, it may, in fact, be just the opening act. As investigators dig deeper into Wendy Williams' guardianship, reviewing sealed court documents, insider statements, and financial records, fresh concerns are beginning to surface. Rumors of mismanaged funds, secret transactions, and unauthorized sales of Wendy's personal items are now circulating widely. Sources familiar with ongoing court proceedings hint at a previously undisclosed trust account that may have been accessed without Wendy's consent, potentially implicating multiple parties in a larger financial scheme. If true, Kevin and Sharina may not be the only individuals relying on Wendy's silence to protect their own interests. Beyond the public chaos, the guardianship itself is raising serious questions about who truly benefits. Several insiders claim that the real beneficiary may not be Wendy, but her court-appointed guardian, Sabrina Moy, who reportedly earns hundreds of dollars per hour, directly paid from Wendy's estate. That means every court appearance, every legal filing, and every restricted family visit feeds her financial gain. The longer the guardianship remains in place, the more money flows directly into her pocket. Kevin's federal lawsuit seeking $250 million might look extreme on paper, but in his filings he paints a disturbing picture. What began as a supposedly protective measure may not have been motivated by medical necessity at all, but rather a calculated setup designed to funnel wealth and control away from Wendy and into the hands of those managing her affairs.
What she's talking about. I mean,
by the way, there are a lot of people clamoring for Wendy to actually get back on the air and to have a show again.
When did this judge become Roger Ebert? I mean, I'm serious. Wendy Williams is a hot commodity right now. I can tell you from our Tubi documentary, it attracted a lot of attention. She's done interviews.
An insider claims that a powerful network of lawyers, financial managers, and guardians conspired to freeze Wendy Williams' assets, cut off her access, and divide her fortune, leaving those who once depended on her, including him, completely abandoned. While his motives may be self-serving, his story mirrors long-standing concerns voiced by Wendy's family. Relatives say they have been blocked from contacting her, with calls ignored and visits denied. Even her pets were reportedly taken without her knowledge, and her Manhattan apartment was sold at a loss, highlighting the extent of control and mismanagement surrounding her affairs.
I can't figure out, why is there a gag order in this case that Wendy can't talk about her circumstances? Why is the judge doing it?
That aside,
there is something
that's even
It paints a picture not of care, but of control. Meanwhile, Sharina Hudson, once living a life of luxury allegedly fueled by Wendy Williams' wealth, now appears to be struggling to recover. Sources say she's juggling side hustles, from real estate to nutritional supplements, but with mounting financial pressure and rising tension with Kevin, the situation looks grim. Their Florida home has been sold, luxury cars are gone, and Sharina reportedly moved back in with relatives, possibly signaling the end of their relationship. Insiders emphasize that her downfall isn't just financial, it's emotional. Once the quiet partner thriving in Kevin's shadow, she now faces isolation without his legal backing or Wendy's money. Friends describe her as withdrawn, paranoid, and haunted by the empire she helped exploit. Legal analysts warn that any undisclosed financial moves tied to her could spark new lawsuits. The further she spirals, the greater the risk that she may reveal secrets about Kevin's role in Wendy's guardianship saga. Wendy herself remains trapped in the middle, medicated, monitored, and isolated. Footage from the ongoing documentary shows her struggling yet still pleading for freedom. Meanwhile, court battles continue with Kevin reportedly trying to regain access to Wendy's finances. Sharina's name has been scrubbed from social media, but insiders suggest she may hold information that could shake everyone involved. This scandal isn't just about betrayal, it's a web of manipulation, power plays, and exploitation. Wendy, who built her brand exposing others, now finds herself at the center of her own story. Kevin fights legal battles, Sharina scrambles for stability, and the public watches a high-profile unraveling that could entangle even more players. What really happened behind the scenes? Will Wendy ever be free from this chaos? Or is the web of exploitation only getting wider?